What's up, guys? This is Kyle Rose, and we're back with another Sonic review. And with Chapter 43 coming out for Sonic IDW, we got to talk about it. And as well as what we did talked about a couple months back, I think it was last month or 2 months ago, where Chapter 42 dropped, and we talked about that. Link will be in the video. And we're like, what happened last time was basically Sonic and the Restoration Group found out that Zavik and his crew, the Deadly Six, they came back to try to cause havoc to the different cities and different places. So they went to a mall and they tried to lure Sonic out, and Sonic figured out what they was trying to do, because they was trying to do a bait and switch, which basically means they was trying to act like they was going to one city and then they went to a completely different city to cause havoc to a bunch of people. And Sonic went there immediately. Obviously, he's the fastest thing, so I mean, you really can't mess with Sonic and they expect him not to be in the other side for like a couple of seconds afterwards. But he came there and started to fight them, and Tails and Tails, Tangle, and Whisper, they was all there, and they was trying to fight back the Deadly Six basically. But during this entire time, we then see Starline taking Bell, and that was the end of Chapter 42. And then it continues off with Chapter 43 doing the same thing. I am very impressed though with how the choreography, the fighting choreography was with Sonic and the crew against the Deadly Six. It was actually very impressive. I haven't really seen a fight like that in a Sonic title for a while now, since Sonic and Shadow and shit like that. It hasn't really been much of an impressive fight, except if you compare the earlier issues with IDW, the Metal Arc. Even in the Metal Arc, there wasn't that much fighting. The only thing that had the closest to fighting was Shadow, when he was fighting the robots, and then he became roboticized. But there wasn't really like fist to fist, actual hands-on combat. There was more like, oh, I run up to you and I kick you and then I run back. It was more like that. But in this issue, they was actually duking it out. Sonic and one of the Deadly Sixes, he was fighting the purple guy. I forgot his name. I think his name was Havoc or whatever. I don't know. And the girl came up and she was about to attack Sonic, but we already had a couple of pages back where we saw Whisper trying to shoot the girl before she attacks Sonic. And don't worry, she don't actually penetrate her, but she did hit her with a gun and she fell down, and Sonic was just still attacking them, trying to defend the mall, trying to defend the people in the mall. Then Zavik came in and was like, fuck this, and he started just wailing on Sonic, beating the hell out of Sonic. Quite impressive, really. It actually got closer to most of the traditional fighting things that we see in anime and mangas and shit like that. I'm very impressed with how they try to handle this when it comes to the actual hands-on fighting approach. Whisper was actually impressive this time because she actually shot the girl, and they kind of compromised and or compensated, because they wanted to. What was their original plan? I think their original plan was to, oh shit, I forgot, but they basically had Whisper to finish up the job. Then Tails came in, and when Tails came in, fuck man, Tails was one of the most impressive ones, because we haven't really seen Tails do anything that he did in this chapter since Sonic Adventure with the canon. So Sonic Adventure the game, it was you had Tails fighting Eggman and was trying to do what he can to stop Dr. Eggman, and when he did, that was actually a good character arc for him. And afterwards, we never seen that side of Tails again. This actually is the second time, besides other comics, excluding the Archie comics, excluding all of the outsourced, this is the only time that you see Tails do something like this impressive. Him actually fighting Zabik was pretty fucking cool, and you know, as a series, I am very impressed with what the series has to go for, because you have all these characters, unique characters that are coming out. You have Belle, Tango, and Whisper, and also Jewel, I believe her name is. All four of them are unique characters that deserve to be in this franchise. I do understand that with, you know, these characters, you won't have the characters that you have back in the Archie days, like Sally Acorn, what was it, Rover, you know, all those unique characters. Her father, who was the king, Scourge the Hedgehog. You know, you won't have Miles, the evil version of Tails. All that, like, those don't exist, and I just feel very disappointed that those characters don't exist. Enerjack, for example, they're all unique characters. But then again, we're in 43 chapters into this series, and I gotta say that this series is actually quite impressive on the storytelling aspect than Archie ever was. But to be honest and to be fair, I think the reason why Archie was as good as it used to be back in the day was because of the characters that it was that it made. But you know, with the copyright issues of it, we don't have Archie anymore. We have IDW, and from the upside, IDW does have a better story than Archie, so we do give it that much credit. And with this issue, it completely follows that pattern, that reoccurring pattern, that like this series has a really good story. And I like, every time I read this, it's like it reminds me of what would Sonic Prime be. Because Sonic Prime, we already know that Sonic Prime is coming out like at least next year for Netflix. We don't know any more details other than the details we had before with the Sonic event. And you know, honestly, I'm just glad that there are details for Sonic Prime. This issue was awesome, and I'm just so glad that, you know, we just keep doing the same thing over and over again. These outsources, anything outside of Sonic Team is good. I'm sorry, like anything outside of Sonic Team is just inevitably good. There's nothing, you know, everything's just better than Sonic Team at this point. So now they realize that at the end of this chapter, they did eventually realize that Starline did take. Oh, I forgot about Starline. Starline's also a unique character as well. Starline took Belle from the last chapter, and I don't know if this was happening during the time of the chapter 42. I don't know if chapter 43 was all happening during the time of chapter 42, but it did show that they do realize that Starlight took Belle. Eventually they're going to save Belle. I already knew that this was going to happen. I already said this in the last chapter review that I talked about, that they was going to save Belle right after this, and after this is probably going to actually save Belle in 1 to 2 chapters from now. Dr. Eggman might come in, and you know, something might happen. I'm predicting that Eggman is going to come in, something's going to go crazy, and then like he's going to reveal his master plan once again, and then Belle is going to actually see Dr. Eggman, you know, instead of just on the screen that she did last time. Because remember that Belle was created by Dr. Eggman when he was a good guy as the Tinkerer, when he lost his memory back in the earlier chapters of Sonic IDW. And when she was released, somehow she was forgotten by Dr. Eggman, I guess because Dr. Eggman didn't find any more use for her, so he just said, you know, he just threw her away or forgotten about her. So now she's back, and she saw Dr. Eggman as Dr. Eggman instead of the Tinkerer, and she's going to come back. Hopefully, when they do meet up again, she's going to fight him, and this chapter is going to be amazing. I don't know. Hopefully Blaze does come back. Blaze is awesome. Blaze came back in after the Metal arc, trying to help Sonic out regain his memories. And then he eventually regained his memories. Shadow the Hedgehog. I wonder what they're gonna do with Shadow the Hedgehog, because Shadow hasn't been in the chapter for a while. So we wondering what Shadow's up to, because he's always up to something. Every time he sees that there's an event that's happening, he's always undercover figuring shit out with Rouge and Omega. So overall, this chapter is absolutely perfect for a chapter that it is, and I give it like, you know, an 8 out of 10. It's not as good as like the other chapters that we had with the Metal Arc Saga, and then when he turned Supersonic, and then Supersonic with Super Silver was so fucking awesome. I'm upset that Shadow didn't get his shine, but then again, Shadow is Shadow the Hedgehog, and we know that Shadow is like one of the most popular characters, so I guess it makes sense because they want to make a less popular character have more shine, who is Silver, even though Silver is just almost as popular as Shadow at this point. But let me know what you guys think of this chapter. Do you like this chapter? Give me a like. Check out and all the videos that I have previously. Make a comment. Let me know what you think. Yeah, and if you like this video, check out all my other videos once again, and I will catch you guys on the next video. This is Kai Rose signing out. Peace.